Hi guys, today I'll be talking about the difference between the behaviorist reading theory and the psycholinguistic reading theory. Over the years, there have been many basic theories advanced to describe how language is acquired, learned, and taught. The behaviorist theory believes that toddlers learn oral language from other human role models through imitation, rewards, and practice. Human role models in an infant's environment provides the stimuli and rewards when a child attempts to imitate the sounds or speech patterns. They are usually praised and then given affection for their efforts. The behaviorist view of reading tells us that this forms part of the process that moves from the parts to the whole, and this is from bottom up. Whereas the psycholinguistic view of reading tells us that the reading process goes from the whole to the rest of the parts, and this is from top down. In the behaviorist view, reading is a combination of detached skills. The reader needs to be able to master the mechanical aspects as well as the technical aspects of the written language before attention can be paid to comprehension and the understanding of it. Once the learner has mastered these skills, then only will they be able to read. This tells us that once the child has crossed these technical crosspaths, he or she then only have grasped the skills of reading. Reading out loud is a vital role that needs to be played for beginner reading. This is completely different to the psycholinguistic view, which tells us that reading is global. All skills are executed at the same time to make sense of the written text. One thing we need to understand about reading is that it is comprehension driven. The reader comes with prior knowledge to the text and makes predictions as well as questions the text. In this view of reading, we see that meaning is the most important and that it forms the foundation. This theory also states that reading is a lifelong process and that there is no end to it. Unlike in the behavioral theory mentioned above, silent reading is essential for reflection and comprehension. There are multiple ways to apply behaviorism when teaching children to read, such as praising the learners, having a reward system, giving continual feedback as well as positive reinforcement. For example, well done, Jack, outstanding job, or great work, Sarah, you listened very well. When students work hard and put in extra effort, they are rewarded. They are more likely to repeat that behavior. Implementing a class reward system is always a winner. As the teacher, you can use behaviorism to increase your children's learning and to decrease the distracting behavior. Teacher-learner communication is an important aspect. As the teacher, you need to voice your academic and behavioral expectations of the class and use exams or assessments in the case of foundation phase to encourage their best work. Many people regard learning as an holistic process where readers' aims and expectations determine what they read and how they read. Implementing the psycholinguistic approach in the classroom begins with what we know as reading readiness. This is the introduction and exposure of the learners to books. The learners play with books and discover that the written text has meaning. The implementation is applied when he reads out loud in a group to his friends or even to the teacher and discusses the book. In order for learners to produce the best possible results, we have to create a conducive learning environment, and that requires a strong foundation of a great classroom. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you next time.